Brian Monk here, reading from my book Hawk. Why? Competition, New Age healing, is the only tip of the iceberg. With it comes ancient religious beliefs that once were wiped out by acts of genocide. Politics was the real reason. Money, it's God, the God of money, Jehovah. Promise of riches, gold and myrrh. Promise that one day he will rule over all gods and all oceans and all the peoples of the earth. Like all gods. To some degree, the prophets were right. He does rule 1/3 of the earth's population, including me. Why? The God of people rules over the land. Even if I do believe that original gods still manifest in their respective places and in the spirit world, rule omnipotently after all. But one God, or monotheism, is the fundamental basis of industrialization for the earth. Before Christianity, the whole of mankind was bound to nature, worshipped nature, and had as much purity and respect for spiritual health as we do today. 50% of our population. The normal people. The overwhelming of true spiritual beliefs was born of alchemy. 50% of alchemists being greedy, destructive atheists bent on total world domination equals Illuminati, i.e. burn the witches. Clear a path for chemistry, science, and the male domination of the chemical industry, versus female equals goddess equals earth. Magic, druidry, miraculous herbal remedies that cure all cancers, and the power of Christ. He wasn't a Christian, he was Christ. He had a love of nature. Has a love of nature and nature spirits. Hey, if a demigod, Christ, refuses Satan, then why not create demigod-like ordinary men? Freemasons, Templar Knights, from greedy, small-minded imbeciles. Well, the Templars were pretty good people at first. Hey, it's guaranteed to create an unhealthy planet once you industrialize any institution of good, God-fearing saints. That won't last 1,000 years. Point made. Boom. Damn, nuclear war never happened. Well, at least I tried, is the motto of our collective negative consciousness, i.e. the light bearer. Come on. Who's his replacement? Metatron. Metatron replaced the light bearer after the ousting from the divine plane. Well, it's a metaphor, isn't it? Did man create God, or is it a natural occurrence that more of one being there is, the more of one being there is, the more collective consciousness vibrates as a collective being? 7 billion people, all vibrating spiritual energy that pools together in each country, creating both male and female deities, naturally, because that's how the laws of nature work. Convictions towards this philosophy work, with belief, and after long meditation on the subject, Buddha invented himself from nothing, almost out of thin air, because good people wanted collective energies to work this thing, and why not? Organic beings close to nature are under her spell. They can't help but be open to the real mysteries. Christ represents male light, or androgynous light. That's it. He manifests in every religion, every culture, and rules over all the oceans, but under a different name. Religion, creed, and always has. I worship Jehovah through ritual now, and I also worship Lu through the very same ritual, as I am an alchemist. I incorporate my druidry into it also, as it is allowed by my temple, and the Freemasons. There are no lies in paradise. Summerland, or whatever name you place on it. In Ireland, it's called High Brassel, very close to the name Brazil, isn't it? It's a golden island off the coast. You can see this phenomenon off the cliffs of Moher in Galway, a reflection of sunlight in the distance. I have mentioned this before, but under a different point. Clinging to their illusions of reality, extremely problematic personalities, visions of grandeur, creators of catastrophes, rhetorical manifestations of blame. Is circulation the cause of everything? Are our brains farthest from our loins? Is our heart run by blood for any other reason than that of fight, flight, and copulation? Is it mating season? Questions asked a billion times by mature people, acted out less by human primal beings, closer to the animal kingdom. These two worlds never sit well together. We're all guilty of that. They shun each other so. Why? Because of the forces that manifest within their sources. True understanding of metaphor can only be done by the hermit philosopher, far away from the base impulses of blood-related, adrenalized, hormonally aroused, blood-driven sociological appetites. It's osmosis. That is what rules out collective spiritual bonds. I flew through that last bit a little bit, so I'll read it again later. Brian Monk signing off for this part of the book. Hawk.